Greetings citizens of the world. In what is truly a world turning upside down, Bombshell new Security Council (SC) report circulating in the Kremlin today, a transcript detailing a conversation held earlier today between Security Council Chairman President Putin and Chairwoman of the Council of Federation Valentina Matvinenko mind-blowingly reveals the approval of additional expenditures to be allocated to Foreign Intelligence Service (SVR) Director Sergei Naryshkin, Federal Security Service (FSB) Director Alexander Bortnikov and the General Staff's Main Intelligence Directorate (GRU) Director Colonel General Igor Korobov for their continued cooperation with the United States Department of Justice Office of Special Counsel in Operation Crossfire Hurricane that was joined by these top three Russian intelligence officials this past January, 2018. When they made an historic and unprecedented secret visit to the United States to meet with CIA Director Mike Pompeo and Special Counsel Robert Mueller, who were tasked by the Americans to aid and assist in the uncovering of a massive Western intelligence coup plot against President Donald Trump by exposing the crimes of a Swiss-German multimillionaire national named Dr. Stefan Rowe, and who, in knowing that his links to Hillary Clinton and his crimes are soon to be exposed, has ordered the publishing of a book next month titled The Faking of Russiagate, the Papadopoulos case, wherein he admits that George Papadopoulos was a CIA operative inserted into the Trump presidential campaign, and for which Papadopoulos had previously been indicted for by Special Counsel Mueller. According to this report, on July 7, 2017, President Trump held a secret meeting with President Putin where the American leader requested contact be made between SVR Director Naryshkin and CIA Director Pompeo, with the purpose being to determine if Russian princess and Scottish Laird Olga Rowe was associated with any of Russia's intelligence services, and who had surfaced in Special Counsel Mueller's investigation as having a link to the female Russian national discovered to have been communicating with George Papadopoulos, and whom in some U.S. media reports was wrongly referred to as Putin's niece. With the SVR identifying this female Russian national as being Olga Polinskaya, Navinogradova, this report continues, it was determined that this young woman was visiting Italy in the spring of 2016 as part of her employment for the St. Petersburg wine company she was employed by, and where she made the acquaintance of the former Versace fashion model Olga Rowe, who in turn introduced Polinskaya to the known MI6 operative Joseph Mifsud, with Mifsud then introducing Polinskaya to George Papadopoulos, who encouraged her to keep in touch with him via an email account linked to the Trump campaign, thus making Polinskaya an unwitting link Western intelligence agencies would later use in their fairy tale Trump-Russia collusion plot to destroy President Trump. Not known to the unwitting Olga Polinskaya when she first met these Western intelligence operatives conspiring against President Trump, this report details, was that Olga Rowe, aside from being the owner of the Swiss luxury fashion company Romer, that provides luxury clothing to British elites, including Prime Minister Theresa May, is the wife of Dr. Stefan Rowe. Dr. Stefan Rowe, this report explains, heads a powerful and secret Swiss law practice called the Firm, but whose most important operation is the MI6 CIA-funded global intelligence organization called the International Energy Consulting Group that he manages as its CEO and president, and that directly funded the London spy headquarters for the Trump-Russia plot headed by MI6 operative Joseph Mifsud, and is where Italian spy operative Simona Mangiante also worked with her, then marrying her fellow CIA spy George Papadopoulos, with now known Simona Mangiante Papadopoulos, even more astoundedly, going on American national television just hours ago pleading with President Trump to pardon her husband, but that MI6 operative Joseph Mifsud isn't even trying, as Italy's top spy chief Vincenzo Scotti has ordered him to disappear and threatened him to stay silent. With MI6 operative Joseph Mifsud, also, being a member of the Clinton Foundation, as is his Western intelligence financial backer Dr. Stefan Rowe, this report says, it was not surprising to Russia's top intelligence directors to find further links between him and Australian diplomat Alexander Downer and MI6 CIA operative Stefan Halper, with Downer having ordered the Australian government to pay Hillary Clinton's foundation $25 million. And whom the FBI laughably claimed started the entire Trump-Russian collusion investigation in the first place, and Halper being the CIA operative who infiltrated the 1980 campaign of President Jimmy Carter to destroy it, and that this time around newly released U.S. federal documents shockingly shows him being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by President Obama, former CIA Director John Brennan and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper to infiltrate and spy on the Trump campaign too. With this vast, and now global, plot to destroy President Trump becoming so massive that the U.S. Department of Justice has just had to announce that it is hiring over 300 additional assistant U.S. attorneys, this report concludes. The worst fears of these coup plotters are being realized today as FBI Counterintelligence Director Bill Priestap goes behind closed doors in a secret U.S. Congress hearing to reveal everything he knows, with his under oath testimony being described as signaling to Trump's enemies that the game is over and the jig is up, and whose cooperation to reveal everything he knows is assured simply to his being the only top FBI official left from the Obama-Clinton regime who hasn't already been purged, and is, most likely, why Hillary Clinton's high-fashion coat designer Kate Spade has been reported to have just committed suicide, as her services will no longer be needed as the only clothing Hillary will soon be wearing is prison garb. With this vast, and now global, plot to destroy President Trump becoming so massive that the U.S. Department of Justice has just had to announce that it is hiring over 300 additional assistant U.S. attorneys, this report concludes. The worst fears of these coup plotters are being realized today as FBI Counterintelligence Director Bill Priestap goes behind closed doors in a secret U.S. Congress hearing to reveal everything he knows, with his under oath testimony being described as signaling to Trump's enemies that the game is over and the jig is up, and whose cooperation to reveal everything he knows is assured simply to his being the only top FBI official left from the Obama-Clinton regime who hasn't already been purged, and is, most likely, why Hillary Clinton's high-fashion coat designer Kate Spade has been reported to have just committed suicide, as her services will no longer be needed as the only clothing Hillary will soon be wearing is prison garb.